Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents Scents. Hope that you're well. A little while back on this channel, I did a video of designer fragrances that even niche snobs love, and now it's time for the inverse. Yeah, that's right, niche fragrances that even designer bros love. We're talking the broiest of the bros who have ever broed can wear these fragrances and really love them. So these are not going to be crazy, complex, super artistic niche fragrances, just to put that out there. And I did not include Creed Aventus. Though you could go ahead and just put that into this list. That one, I decided to leave off. Maybe it was just too obvious, even though everything in this list is obvious. So yeah. All of these will be linked in the description below. Let's start it off with that bro fervor that is induced when you smell Leighton. Parfums de Marly Leighton is honestly just about as popular as Ventus, at least in the fragrance community, when we're talking niche fragrances, and for good reason. You can wear this stuff about anywhere in fall and winter time, and people will go crazy for it. Huge compliment puller, fantastic sweetness, warmth, and spiciness that really sets this one apart. It is, for most people, the pinnacle of the PDM line for men. And then there are a metric butt ton of clone fragrances at this point of Parfums de Marly Leighton. So if you don't want to splurge and get this one, you can get one of those, which of course is probably the true bro thing to do. Yeah, I think that is. So the bros of the world reaching out and grabbing that Detour Noir and wearing it. And then when people ask them, hey man, what is that? That smells fantastic. They go, my friend, it's Parfums de Marly Leighton, of course. So with this one, apple, lavender, cardamom, vanilla, gonna be some of the main notes that you get from the scent. There's also a little bit of citrus in there, a touch of florals, woodiness as well. But like I said, ultimately at the end of the day, warm, sweet, spicy, sexy. That's what this is. Before we move on to the next fragrance, here are some codes you can use to save money. There is a new code, which is GENTS, G-E-N-T-S. That will save you 10% off at bestbrandsperfume.com. They have designer fragrances there, but really, mainly just a ton of clone fragrances. We just talked about one, Detour Noir. So yeah, that's a new code for you amongst all the others. If you shop at any of those sites, use those codes, save yourself some money. On to the next one, which is another obvious one, Elysium Parfum Cologne from Rosa Parfum. So with this one, it's a blue fragrance. I don't think I have to explain much more than that, do I? I mean, no. Designer bros like a blue fragrance. Elysium is a blue fragrance. Bam, my work is done. This is gonna be the most affordable in the line at this point, which it's still not affordable, but most affordable. A lot of citrus in here off the top. You have some aromatics in there, some slight herbal notes. It's really, really fresh, very zingy, bright, uplifting. Good amount of juniper in here. Touch of blackcurrant gives you some tartness. You have vetiver in here giving some nice woodiness right away. Frankly, there are a lot of notes in here, just a whole bunch. That's really par for the course when it comes to Rosa Parfum, and this one is no different. But this is kind of what you would expect. It is a very high-end, very versatile, but also classy blue fragrance. And it's really difficult to dislike this. So designer bros like it, yeah, but just about everybody does. Honestly, everything we talk about here today is pretty much like that. Then we have Nexos from Xerjoff. Yes, good old Nexos. This is, for a lot of people, their entryway into niche tobacco fragrances. It's one of the most hyped, one of the most beloved, and for good reason. Smells very good. The quality is high once again. But it's not just straight up honey and tobacco. I mean, yes, it has that, and it has that sweetness, but it also has lavender in here that gives it a really nice, classy edge. So you have honey, cinnamon, vanilla, tobacco, and that lavender being some of the main notes in the scent. A lot of people for a long time compare this to Pure Havana from Mugler, which is now unfortunately discontinued. But that was also a very well-loved tobacco fragrance, and on the designer side of things, that was one of the go-to fragrances if you wanted a sweet pipe tobacco scent. So it makes sense that this would also appeal to people who are into designer fragrances as well. Great wearability, great versatility in fall and winter time. A really, really nice tobacco scent overall. Let's keep it tobacco with red tobacco from Mancera. Now, I thought about putting Cedrat Boisé in here, but because of another fragrance that I have in this list, I decided to put in red tobacco instead. Now, I will tell you, red tobacco, maybe more than anything else that we're gonna talk about, is the one that could potentially turn designer bros away. And the reason for that is the opening. First spray this on, it is strong. Very, very strong. I've grown to love it, but I'll tell you, when I first smelled it, I wasn't super keen on that opening. There's just a lot going on initially. So there's cinnamon in here, there's incense, there's oud, there's tobacco, there is saffron, there's apple, there's patchouli, pear. Again, just a lot going on. Jasmine as well. Just keep throwing notes out there, just pull them out of my head, throw them at you. So the opening has a lot going on. It's just really muddled when you first smell it, like spices and just aggressiveness, okay? But as it dries down, it smooths out a lot. The sweetness pops out more, and it starts to smell just absolutely fantastic. Huge compliment puller, which would blow a lot of people's minds if all they smell is the opening, because they'd be like, oh God, no. Who's gonna wear that? But then, 15, 20, 30 minutes down the road, smell it in the air, and it's like, what is that? What is that? So yeah, that's red tobacco, super strong, big performance. The issue could be just the opening. If you like the opening or you grow to like the opening, then it's not a problem anymore, is it? But if you don't, it is a problem. Hasabat. So this is by Nishane, and this has a bit of an Aventus-y twist to it. So yeah, that's why no Aventus and no Cidrapoise, because I don't really want to be like, hey, here's Aventus. Oh yeah, and here's this other thing that's kind of like Aventus, but not the exact same. And here's another thing that's kind of like Aventus, but not the exact same. I could make this 7 fragrances, niche fragrances that designer bros love that smell like Aventus. I could do that, but I don't want to. So like I said, Hasabat, this is an Aventus-y style of scent. You can get it for a pretty good price, all things considered, at discounters. You can Cidrapoise as well. That one is real cheap at discounters. So this has pineapple, citrus, cedar, and oak moss as some of the notes in the scent. So of course, pineapple, and Aventus. Yeah, you get it. Very nice and fresh, fruity, slightly green as well. Huge performance. It is an extrait de parfum. Says so right there on the front. So you can get this for a low price, last a long time, very versatile, big compliment puller. All these reasons are reasons that a bro of designers would enjoy this. And Nishane, a really easy house to get into if you're just starting to get into niche fragrances, because again, from discounters, they don't cost that much. And they do have some fragrances that are more artistic, that are harder to wear, but they also have some that are really, really easy to pull off. And those are gonna be the more popular ones, like this one. Okay, Angel Share is next. Again, I don't need to say too much, right? Angel Share, probably the most hyped niche release of the past since it came out. Trying to think of another one that was up there with this, but I think just overall, probably the most hyped one since its release. I don't think it's been supplanted just yet. And you can tell by the number of clones of that one that have come out, it's just rapid fire. It's nonstop. Angel Share clones, left, right, front, center, they're everywhere. It smells awesome. Absolutely fantastic. So I get it. I absolutely get the hype. I think that this is like a 10 out of 10 release. Just sweet, yes, but so appealing. It's one of those things, maybe some people could, say that, hey, well, it's just too many sweet notes. Sweet, warm, spicy. That's pretty much all it's got going on, right? And I would counter that with, yeah, but it smells awesome though. This is my whole argument. So yeah, it smells fantastic. It has cognac in there, it has praline, it's got cinnamon, it's got vanilla. It's like, again, basically from top to bottom, warm and sweet. That's what this is. Boozy as well. But it is absolutely killer. I love Angel Share, and that's one during fall and winter, can't go wrong with. Last but not least, another new one, Monte Bacco Verano. This is from Ormond Jane. This is, I would say, pretty comfortably the least known of this lineup, but this is once again another really nice blue fragrance, and you can't go wrong with that if you're talking about a bro. Technically, this has some notes like tobacco and suede leather, where you would look at it and be like, I don't know if that makes much sense in a blue fragrance, right? But it works. It works. There's a lot of grapefruit here initially. It smells awesome. One of those things where you spray it on just right away. It's perfect. You have a little clary sage in there. You have a touch of floral notes as it dries down, but really this is a citrus forward, attention-grabbing scent with very nice performance as well. Elegant, but super versatile at the same time. Monte Bacco Verano. For my own taste, I prefer to Elysium actually. Maybe not as popular as Elysium, and Elysium was good too. Don't get me wrong, this is a nice scent, but I really like this. So there we go. There's some niche scents, pretty obvious ones for the most part. that a designer bro will also love. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.